In Rust, the monuments you choose to live at decide just how good your wipe will be. That's why this wipe I decided to live at the large excavator and missile silo, monuments that provide a steady source of components, resources, and weapons. As a solo, I'll be constructing a massive base, all the while fighting with the groups around my area. This is how I play solo Rust. I would like to quickly apologize. The first few hours of this wipe, my mic wasn't being recorded. Therefore, I'll provide any needed commentary to tie together anything that is confusing. This wipe, I had big ambitions. I wanted to live over by the giant excavator, missile silo, underwater labs, and large oil rig. It was on the opposite side of the map. Not only that, but I was also 3 hours late to the wipe, allowing people to be highly progressed compared to what I had. So I needed to make my way to the other side of the map without dying to get my start. Having just arrived in the area, I had already encountered a large fight between two groups living close to the excavator. Managed to grub off a revolver kit and killing a guy for some tools, I knew that this area was the right one for me. Now all I needed to do was farm up and put up my base so that I could begin progressing in this area. With my base now down, my next objective was to head over to the fishing village nearby and complete my pumpy quest. There I'd be able to get a diving suit and a better weapon which I could head into underwater labs with. Having completed my pumpy quest so quickly, I decided to do the fishing quest. This would allow me to acquire fish, which I could then gut in hopes of getting a blue card, which I could take into the underwater labs to get fragments to work on getting my level 2 workbench. As I start fishing, let's quickly check out today's sponsor, Rust2. We've all had that one player on the server who seems way too suspicious. You try to check their Steam profile, but of course it's private. That's where Rust2 comes in. With their detective search, Rust2 could pull up useful player info from multiple different sources, even when a Steam account is private. You can search things such as hours, stats, server bans, and name history, giving you a much clearer picture of who you're dealing with. The best part, you could also access it in-game by linking your account, letting you search Rust players without ever having to leave Rust. Check out Rust 2 using my code Moody to get 10 free advanced searches. I'd made it back to my base, acquiring a load of components, a pumpy, diving set, and a bunch of fish, which I could hopefully get a blue card out of. Unfortunately, I was not all that lucky. Having gutted 8 fish, I got no blue card. Statistically, I should have been able to get 1. Since I didn't get a blue card, I didn't see much point in going to the labs. The whole point of this plan was to be able to get a blue card, which I could use to get fragments. No blue card meant no fragments, which meant no progress. So instead, I would need to find other ways of going ahead and getting the fragments that I needed. I decided since I couldn't run a monument, I would instead go over to the military tunnels. There, I would be able to get green cards from the scientists, as well as hopefully pulling a better weapon from the elite crates, or possibly an MP5 off of one of the scientists. This guy was insanely loaded. Having so many resources and components on him, I could tell he had been here for a while recycling. I needed to hurry up and get all this loot out of here. I was really far away from my base. I decided instead of heading all the way back, since I was already this deep into the map, I would instead head to the outpost. There I could hopefully purchase the necessary key cards to be able to run the missile silo. Arriving at Outpost, I had one item in mind that I wanted to purchase, and that was a red card. I noticed a shop down by Arctic selling them, so I talked with him in chat and managed to acquire 2 of them. Then, with all the extra scrap I had acquired from the recycle run, I purchased myself a mini copter. This would allow me to get back to base safely without the worry of dying trying to transport these cards back home. While at Outpost, I'd also acquired a jackhammer and a chainsaw. This would allow me to quickly farm resources to progress my base even faster. Having a mini sitting outside, I knew it would draw a lot of attention and I really didn't want to get raided. So my next task was to go ahead and start farming up to build up my base. With my base built up, I headed straight over to the missile silo to attempt to run it. All I would have is a crossbow and a revolver. For those of you that don't know, the missile silo is an extremely hard monument to take. The scientists have a lot of HP and have the ability to heal. As well, they have weapons that do a significant amount more damage than other scientists. Having only a crossbow and a revolver, I knew I was in over my head, but I still wanted to try. If I managed to succeed here, I would be up really good. Remember, not only do I not have VPs on the server, but I haven't even acquired my level 2 workbench yet. I just pulled 3 basic blueprint fragments. That is absolutely huge for me. That would make it super close for me to get my level 2 workbench if I survive this run, adding to the pressure to not die here. Hearing these shots go off showed me that people now knew that I was inside taking the missile silo. Even if I was to succeed and fully clear it, getting down to the crates, it wasn't guaranteed that I would make it out alive. Missile silo is one of the easiest monuments to camp. I knew that I had it in for me. Yeah, there's not much to say here. I was set up. I had all of the cloth, ammo, and weapons that I needed to fully take the missile silo. Having a P2 made it a lot easier to clear the scientists, significantly easier than a revolver. However, I didn't expect 2 scientists to be in that room. When I pushed in, I got stuck in the door with the other scientist killing me. I did have another red card. I technically could go in and go back for my body, but as you will see, that wasn't going to be possible. Seeing that they were camping the exit, I knew there was no chance of me being able to swipe my red card to get inside, so instead I decided to see if I could grub them, getting myself a weapon. The group that was sitting outside the exit got countered. They were countered by the group that had owned Silo so far up into the wipe. They ended up dying here, and the group that owned Silo ran away with all their kits. I could have ran in and swiped the card going back to my body, but it had been so long by now I was worried that the monument would start resetting, so I gave up all hope of getting my body back. A little while later, I took my last red card and headed over to the silo in an attempt to run it. Being a P2 that I had gotten off a kid I had killed, I had high hopes for this run. Unfortunately, I ended up dying, losing all of the progress I'd made over the last hour and a half. Also, ruining any chance I had of running the missile silo and getting a tier 2. After that, I took a break for a while, and when I returned, my mic was finally working again.
Okay guys, we are not rated. I did take a little nap. I don't know, I was just mentally drained after work and everything yesterday. But looks like we're in a good position right now. And to start off, I think I need to get cards. Same plan as yesterday, except for this time I'm gonna succeed. That's gonna be the big difference here. So yeah, let's go ahead. I think I'm gonna try and cargo is coming. Actually, that brings possibilities.
Starting off the day, cargo was going straight past my base. It was really early in the morning, so I figured it might not be as contested. I decided to get geared up and go over, hoping that I can make a play.
You guys see him? He's on the back of the boat. He's towards captains. I saw him jumping over by the rib. No, dude.
Unfortunately, cargo was a bust. If the crate was a little bit better, I probably could have made a play. However, not gaining anything, I needed to move on. I took my mini over to the outpost. Once there, I again bought more red key cards as well as a couple P2s. I hoped that I would be able to run the silo now that it was early in the morning and there was less people around my area. Having a better weapon, I hopefully wouldn't die.
We need to finally make something happen. We're not on a good track right now. Okay, this scientist is a tank. computer station's really good. Now we'll be able to look inside, see if people are here, and know when it's resetting. Remember, we also need to try and get 5 BP frags from this ROM for a tier 2. As we still are yet to have one. Ooh, Python's good, little secondary gun. Okay, another P2, another BP frag. We need to also hope to pull a backpack. There we go. Perfect. Well, at least the crates are good. I don't have time to check the cameras. I just have to go.
Although I didn't get all the BP frags I needed, overall, this run was very successful, acquiring not only a custom, but also an AK. Since the monument was resetting while I was in there, it meant that when I left it respawned, allowing me to instantly take it again.
Oh, that's huge. Well, HP SMG to take this with is actually really good. Okay, that's one of the, what, 2 that we need? I'm getting quite unlucky. Wow, that's good. Okay, that's our tier 2. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Because supply drop's gonna have 2 frags come from it, guaranteed. Keep it up. Can we get an advanced frag from this last one, maybe? That would be what we need, because then that's our tier 3 as well. Come on. Ask for too much. Let's see what happens. Oh my god, it's the same as this again. Let's toss the supply drop and get our tier 2, why don't we?
Securing the supply drop was crucial. By getting it, we would have enough fragments for our tier 2, allowing us to shift all of our focus on our base.
Now we're actually starting to make some progress. See these two guys? They want it. They want to contest. They put down a shack right there. Nice. Nice. Nice, he's getting shot in the back too. Nice. 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 He tried walling, but there's the base over there.
Somehow, I managed to come out on top. Winning this, I gained a bunch of extra guns and kits, and the remaining fragments that I needed. But also, I put a huge target on my back. If I didn't work on my base soon, I wouldn't have one.
Finally, good to workbench. A lot more effort than I was expecting, but we got there in the end. I expect that these kids will come and try and raid. My base is so underdeveloped and, well, I just made a whole lot of noise.
With turrets now placed, I felt a lot safer in my base and decided to head over to the missile silo.
Hopefully I complete this successfully, and if I do, that's my tier 3 workbench. And then I can just fully work on base after that. I'll have diesel, so if I get a tier 3, I honestly might risk it and start... Somebody keeps taking large and I keep missing it. Sorry, what was I saying? I'm getting a lot of diesel, so I think I'm going to take it over to excavator and try and run it for some middle frags. That'll allow me to build up my base significantly faster.
Without thinking, I went into silo with a very broken Tommy, and unfortunately for me, it broke. With nothing left but some meds and a singular grenade, I had to hope that I can make a play, somehow getting another weapon to make it out of silo alive.
Oh my goodness, how did I live that? Literally no other weapon, dude. This is so bad. This P2's gonna break too. Okay, that's one. Two. Wow, I probably have like 3 shots I could shoot out of this P2 before it breaks. If that. How did I live this? Who knows if I live making it to my base, but like, just the fact that I even made it to the top is crazy to me. Wow, that has gotta be like one of the, I don't know, luckiest silo runs I've ever had. The odds of me making it out alive when my Tommy broke down there were 0. Legitimately 0. I should have never made it home. The fact that I did is just insane. That's what I'm talking about. Tier 3 workbench is down. what we needed. Let's actually go ahead and put a few things on it real quick. Nice. Alright. So we just restarted, which goes to show how much I've been playing. But, what was I saying? Oh, these kids just took large again. So we just restarted, so I'm gonna go take excavator. Or try to at least, I guess.
Arriving at the excavator, getting ready to take it for myself, I realized that somebody else was currently in the process of running it. So I decided to put down a tower overlooking one of the collectors, and then went over to try and counter them.
Where'd he go? He's in the collector right now. Okay. Good to know. Okay, he's going to the other collector right now. Oh, that aim was terrible. There he is, on the collector. I'm looking for sulfur. He doesn't know. No, but really, that is a lot of sulfur. They've probably run 7 diesel through with the sulfur, maybe? Need to hurry up, get back there, and switch it to metal frags. They're coming back already. I want to W key this kid.
the MP5 kid came back with a DB. Okay, well we know they live somewhere in that south direction. We gotta be careful of that. We also know that there's these kids that live on the hill over there, where I got the start off of yesterday. Oh my. Next time. Nice, dude. Managing to get off all 9 of my diesel is actually so huge. That's so many middle frags I just got. Alright, let's move our mini and upgrade our base. Finally, I get to have a real base. I wonder if somebody's about to take missile silo. They are taking it. Alright, well. You know what that means? Get ready to camp these guys. I wish I had set up the missile silo cams so I could know how many they are and how far they are. It's fine. I'll set it up after this. They're close. Guess I should lock in. I killed him. I'm sorry to all of you that hate watching me do that, but I mean, it's like, come on. What are we doing? That guy didn't even clear the corner. They kind of deserve... They honestly, truly deserve it just for not clearing that corner. Nice, they got 3 frags from that. So good. Like, we need to be doing better than crafting hazies. After that slight distraction, I went straight back to building my base. I managed to get to the point where I was at my inner peaks. However, not having the shell built up or the externals built up to the shooting floor, I definitely needed more materials as I had just ran out using all of the metal I gained from the excavator. So it was time to get more resources. I'm gonna use the boom I got from from Missile Silo and the satchels, whatever. However, I got this boom. I'm just gonna raid this base right here. Get it going. It's like a nice TC grief, like no raid base could go here, but I don't know. I just kind of want to get rid of it, see what's in there. Get another base out of the area, kind of thing. Start working on the shell of the base. Ooh. I brought my backpack. Wow, look at those components. I did a lot of labs. I was on my way over to the excavator when I noticed a mini flying towards the large oil rig. I saw them call in the crate, so I decided to head over there instead, hoping to gain more diesel before then once again running the excavator. Since they took a mini, it's going to be a bit more difficult. I'm going to have to go through all the scientists and whatnot, but I think we could handle it. You too. Wait, it's already taken. So they like depoted and came back or something. Okay, well I'm gonna lock in extra hard now then. You're dead. That's not real, dude. That is not real. I'm taking my mini and going back. Let's get full HP first. Actually, I'm amazed that he just did that. That was the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. No. That's not great. It's 2. Nice meds, thank God. He's dead. No. No way, dude! There is no way. No way I just wipe all of them and I die to fall damage. I die to lag. Brother, please, no. Don't do this to me. Please stand me up. Please, please, please. Oh my God. That is so painful. That is so, so painful. Thank you. Dude's backpack despawned. That's super cool. Nice, at least this dude has one. Okay, I'm glad I won that. I was about to be super annoyed if I didn't get that because I jumped in the air and then lagged myself to death. That would have been super disappointing. With no more distractions, I headed back over to the excavator, bringing a lot of diesel, 13 to be exact, enough metal to put up the shell on my base. Hoping to run it all at one time, getting all the metal, I decided to full send it and try. I know this guy. How do I know this guy? J Bar. It was the guys who were trying to do silo. I think. Dean and J Bar. Dean and J Bar. Two names that I thought I recognized, but I wasn't sure. Right now, I didn't know if I knew them or not. But trust me, I would get to know them very, very well. Uh-oh. What? It wouldn't wall, dude. No. No, no, no. Dean Lucas. Although I had a tower to run the excavator, it was only for depoting and I had no kits in there. I had to try and hurry up, kit up at base, and make my way over there before they ran away with all the loot. Got a bolt to me? Does he see me? Okay, so one's on the collector, one's, what, trying to grab the diesel out? This kid with the bolty, man, I swear. His teammate's going hard right. Dude, I can't kill them. After losing to them for a second time, I decided to go ahead and try and run all of the loot out of my excavator base over to my main base. Worried that they would see the tower so close and raid it, I didn't want to lose everything I'd worked so hard for, especially how badly I needed to build up my base. So I decided to grab it all and try and run away before they could see me leave with it.
I feel like if it was a 1v1, maybe, not maybe, I think I would have slammed them if it was a 1v1. I don't know, they were just playing too well together. I couldn't take a one-on-one and have time to heal. Oh, hell no, dude. That's not good at all. That is very not good. No way he was able to wall it. As if he chases with the horse, dude. Okay. The start. He's just delaying for his teammate. Oh damn, dude, no way! Oh my god.
I had just been bested by Dean and J Bar, getting all of the loot that I had. If I didn't run it away, I wouldn't have lost any of it. Keeping it in the tower was probably my best option until they had gone and left. Now I had lost everything that I'd spent the last couple hours working for, and I didn't like that. I decided to grab a kit and try and see if I could make a play once again, before they got too far away.
No, I sold. Nice. Wait, hold on. No way, dude. I need gear. Oh my god, no way. Dude, I'm so panicked right now. Literally my last bullet, dude. Woo! There was no world where I thought I was making it out of that with any loot. Finding a pickup. Pretty confident it's this body that I'm missing it from. I'm lagging. Please stop lagging. I see his teammate over there.
Somehow, I managed to come out of that fight with everything, gaining multiple hits as well as my resources. Unfortunately, I didn't get all of the diesel that I had ran, as while we were fighting, somebody looted the collectors while the excavator was finishing. However, I did not care, as I gained way more when I expected to have lost everything. Now, with another distraction out of the way, we needed to continue working on base before making another enemy. After over an hour of building and working on my base, I heard the excavator get turned on. Hoping to get some resources, I quickly grabbed a full kit and ran over to counter.
I could have bought them if. Oh, no, they're still there. I just saw him. You see him over by the trees over there? He's right there. I think I wounded the WIPEDAY. Oh, dude. Oh, I just tripled him.
"20 minutes later, during the middle of the night, I heard multiple rockets go off. They were straight in the direction of my excavator base. I knew it was getting raided, so I hurried up and rushed over to try and counter.
I'm going ahead and I'm moving these guys up to the top priority of enemy list. He's full heavy pot. This guy's hilarious.
And just like that, it was settled. Dean Willikers, Samantha Willikers, and J Bar were now my #1 enemies. I didn't know where they lived. I didn't know how many teammates they had, but I did know that I did not like them. After this, I took a break for a while, and when I logged back on, I heard a lot of rockets going off in the distance towards where the missile silo group's base was. By the time I got there, the rockets had stopped, but there was a lot of PvP still going on.
You scared, buddy? I just slammed 2 of your teammates. You kill him? Oh my god! No way. good aim. Finally walls. I mean, for going out to go and try and recycle for some cloth, that is not a bad haul. Just try and make it home with it. I'm actually gonna go check the recycler. I'm not gonna lie, I'm greedy. I need that cloth for meds. Came over here with 0 meds, so... Well, from going out with nothing to coming back with this is pretty sweet. We got 4 rockets. Yeah, we got 4 rockets from that. Benelli AK. Bunch of guns. Not mad about that one bit. Alright guys, I have to take a break for a few hours. Our loot is actually insane, dude. I mean, seriously, we just have more loot than we know what to do with. But, yeah. I need to go for a few hours. I'll be back on tonight. Later. But... base is, yeah, it's not really in a defendable position if we're being honest with each other. But that's fine. I won't be able to get on if I get raided anyways. I'm going out for a while, so hopefully nobody shows up, realistically. That would suck if somebody did pull up on me. As long as I don't get raided right now, I'm free for the next few days to get an absolute banger video for you guys. I have so many big things planned, as I'm sure I've shared with you by now, so as long as we make it the next, like, 4 hours without getting raided, it's going to be a movie, guys. But yeah, I'll be back. Well guys, unfortunately I was raided. I don't even know what to say. I tried compounding my basin, maybe? Why? I'm not very sure. But yeah, they went through 3, 8, well, more than that. It was HQM door, HQM door, HQM door, as you can see. And then each of these had HQM doors on them. So they used a decent bit of boom. I'm not sure why they decided to try and compound my basin. I also don't know who it was that tried raiding me. Well, they didn't try, they succeeded in raiding me. Griffin Boyce. I don't know if that's a name we've seen yet.
Before I'd logged off, I'd moved every bit of loot I had that was worthwhile up to the top of my base and where the open core would go. Since my base was unfinished, I assumed nobody would raid the top and they would raid the bottom core. However, whoever raided me knew that I had an open core and raided at the top, getting every last ounce of loot that I had. I would have loved to rebuild and make a movie, But although I wanted to, I just didn't have the time to restart. So unfortunately, this is where I'd have to call my wipe. I want to thank you all for watching and making it to the end of the video. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.